So we have people staying with us, and I just started to make this video, and I accidentally hit delete instead of I hit the back button instead of pausing when I was recording. So I lost the whole thing because I did it on the YouTube app. So I was making some journaling cards for this, and I'll show you what I did, and I'll try and remember all the things I talked about. This cover is very purple. You might not be able to tell because of my horrific lighting, but it's purple and it's gorgeous. So I decided to make a purple journal type theme to go with it, and I put some. I cut up some scrapbook paper and put some cards. And one of the things I talked about was corners on your ephemera or your pages. These are We Are Memory Keepers, and Santa Claus a couple years ago brought me this and the corner rounder. So this makes these little scallops. I call them butt cheeks. They makes little butt cheeks. This corner punch does. And it's totally worth the money. I think they were like $20 a piece, but if you're gonna make an investment in something journal related, I would start with something for your corners or your edges. You can get those fancy edge punches too, but they just screw me up because you got to line them up, and then they shorten your pages, so I never planned for that. Whenever I'm working with scrapbook paper, I always cut it in half. I am not going to try, this is a 12 by 12 sheet. Whenever I do a book, I do 6 by 6 pages. I am not going to have any waste of scrapbook paper if I can help it. So I always just have, and it adds a little bit of dimension, having a shorter page. Most of these papers are from the lovely Christy Biddleston. She had given me a bunch of gorgeous stuff a while back when she was destashing. The excess that I do get from my scrapbook papers, I make into belly bands. And this is from them being too long for this book, so I make them into bands of some sort. This here is a page that I dyed, and I actually used black food coloring, which creates this really cool oil spill look. It's really cool. And then I'm just adding these little fold out cards, which again is just scrapbook paper. This is an eco dye page came in Happy Mail. I don't remember if this one came from Christy or it might have come from Laura, but either way it's beautiful and apparently glued to the next page. I had a rip here in this corner, so what do you do to fix it? Add a cluster. I have to make some more clusters. These lines, I use a piece of corrugated cardboard. I take the corrugated cardboard and I coat it in a glossy Mod Podge. And I do that because then you can take a baby wipe after and wipe it off. I don't. I just get another piece of cardboard if it's bad. But I hate glossy Mod Podge. I hate it. Except for this purpose. It works great for this. But you can use any glue you have. Elmer's, regular Mod Podge. A lot of my clusters I make into tuck spots too, but this one the paper was a little thin, so I didn't. The base of the cluster. This came to me in Happy Mail, and I really want to do more of this. This is just an index card that has book page on it and then napkin put over it, which I just think looks so great. So I'm going to do that. This is an image I stamped. I like to take my stamps and stamp a bunch of images and then tear them out. And I use those in my clusters. I have a whole bunch of stuff I've got to work on for some ephemera. I'm going to try and do a dangle in this. I don't know if it's actually going to work. I might. I don't know. I just don't know. I tried to plan for it, and apparently I didn't do a good job. So, see, like this cluster up here, I tucked this in here. So, more scrapbook paper, a piece of map that is ripped terribly. I like to leave some of my bands empty because I like my journals to be a little more basic because I personally like my journals to be basic so I can do whatever I want in them. You know, I don't fill it up with a bunch of fluff. See this here? We can add this little card that has just a book page on it, like that. Go like this so that they know they can write on it. And let's see, I do not think I'll be able to get an eyelet in there. Not right now, honey, you're gonna have to hold on. No, we're gonna have some lunch. We have this. Yep. And this. Some pink. This crinkly paper here that has the oil looking stains. When I am dyeing my paper now, I no longer do it in the oven because it honestly takes too long and I do not get a good enough yield of paper from drying it in the oven. As nice as the crunchiness is, and these ones aren't really that crunchy, what I do is I have a little card table. I'll try and make a video of it the next time I do a bunch. I did this over the course of a week. So I have a card table and I have a big plastic tub that I use to dye my paper. So I start with one thing. Like I started with tea and I soak all my papers in the tea. Then I put shirts down on the table so that the tea doesn't run off. I put rags and shirts and stuff. And, oh, hold on, I'm opening Lily's lunch here. And I put one layer of paper over the rags. Then I crinkle paper up and put it in between. So I crinkle paper up and I put it on top of all the pages. Then I put another layer, and then I crinkle more paper, and then I put another layer, and so on until all the paper is used up. What I mean by crinkle is I crinkle a dry piece of paper. Okay, this is all crinkle paper. And then, as I'm going about my life, I take the top layer off. So I'll take the top layer of paper off, right, because it dries pretty quick that way. And I'll take the crinkled paper, leave them crinkled up, and just throw them in a pile, okay? And when I change colors, which is why it takes like a week to do, when I change colors, I use the same crinkle paper, so a lot of my crinkle pages have a lot of colors on them. You know, the last time I did pink, I did the black food coloring, I did tea, I did blue, and I don't remember what else. I was experimenting with some stuff. I realized that I really like using dye and food coloring for my dyed sheets. I don't like screwing around. I tried doing markers and they didn't come out right, and so that's how I dye my paper. And like I said, I do it over the course of like a week on that little folding table, that little card table, because then I can just keep taking pages off, and every day, and in some cases where I did a lot of paper, it was every other day, I switch my papers up. So, you know, then I'll dye all my tea dye one night, and then the next day I take the papers off as they dry, and I'll even floof the pile up a little bit and try and get it to dry a little bit faster. Then that night I'll do my next color. I did my pink, I think was the next one I did, and then I'll do my purple. And so, you know, it does take longer to do. If you're like you need it instantly, it's probably not the way, but you can. Let me see if I can punch a hole here. Yeah, I might be able to fit it. Let's see. Oh, I gotta see what I got for eyelets, because my eyelet selection has been pretty crappy. And I do want to make some kind of little dangly. Where are my eyelets? That's how long it's been since I've eyeletted. Ooh, what have I done with them? I really have no idea. I have no idea where they are. Like, I can't even think of a place where I put them. Oh, I might have put them down here. Let's see. Extra glue. Oh, there they are. I ordered eyelets a long time ago from China. And they sent me the wrong size. And I was so mad because I waited so long to get them. But I still try and use them in the 3/16 hole. So I'm going to see if I can get it. I don't know why I put my tool away, but apparently I did for some bizarre reason. I still try and shove it into the same hole. And let's see if we can get this to bend down. What they sent me was 5/16 eyelets. And like this cardboard here is pretty forgiving. That's on the book. So, oh, that's not going to work. I still haven't completely figured out these. Yeah, that is the one. These buttons on the Champerino. I know that there's a bunch of different options here. And I guess it just depends on how you want it bent. So because it's a bigger eyelet, I'm going to use the biggest little knobby. Do you like my official language? The biggest little knobby. Let's see. And squeeze. Nope. Try this again. It's hard because I can't feel it with the book. Okay, I might have to stand up for this. Oh, come on. Oh my god, like, this thing sucks. These eyelets don't bend. Let me move it so I can put more weight on it. I think I might try another one because that just bent to all the crap. Let's do something that isn't from China. What the crap? What am I going to do with all those? They are lousy. Those ones I think are smaller. Try this one. Because I eventually ended up getting a bunch of of 1/8 because 1/8 is one of the size holes that this thing punches. So I have a bunch of 1/8 ones, but I used the 3/16 because that's usually, I'm just used to using that one. Oh, I gotta make sure I'm in there. Sorry if you're seeing my big head. Okay. Oh, let's see. Nope, took the eyelet right out. Popped it right out. So here you get to watch Malia start getting mad at that one. Let's try that one. Let's see, where am I? Oh my goodness, the eyelet falls off. What if I try going down? Did it work? Not quite. Try it again. Oh. Okay, honey, good. I'll try it. Might fall out easy. So what I think I'll do, because the hole is a little bit bigger from that other eyelet, I will try. Let me grab my small glue. Sorry, this is like what you guys wanted to do today. Let's see how Malia can screw up. And I'm just gonna go around here where the hole you know, and then we're gonna work on a charm. It's gonna be small. I'm not gonna make anything gigundous. Put my eyelets up there for now, and put this over here to dry. Yeah, I probably should do the eyelet before I put my signatures in. That's probably where I went wrong. Let me grab some ribbon so we can pick out some colors that would look good with this project. I have this thin black ribbon. Oh, that one's not the thin one. Let me see what I have in here for thin ribbon. But these rolls can go back in the drawer. This was my tassel kit. That's what I used for all my tassels. But I'm not, you know, in tassel mode right now, so I don't need to have that stuff. I need that stuff where I usually go looking for it, so. I have this in a purple. I like that. Can go on there. Let's grab this black leather shoelace and maybe a little bit of lace. Okay, and we're gonna add a little bit of beady charminess to it. I have drop stuff. I guess I'll take care of the ribbons. I'll sort through that after. What I want to do is use some of my pieces from these, you know, my paperclip charms, which are a ton of fun to make, by the way. I highly recommend making some if you have not tried it. So we'll start with those two. And I have officially sorted my beads into tackle boxes. I'm going to use some of my melties. Just some of the smaller ones. Let's see, I'll use those 3 tiny ones. And I love them. I love this concept. This works out so nicely. Maybe a moon? No, I think I like the moon for other things, although I have 2. I'll do this little coin with a moon on it. I might have to start a moon project. Let's see. I'll do this little coin. Whoa, making y'all drunk. And see what I have for pieces of wire. You know what? I'll just use maybe some thread. Maybe let's see what I've got in here. That is very thick wire. I'm gonna have to grab a roll, I think, out of the top of my tackle box here. Just a regular thread. And I have to mark them, which ones are elastic and which ones aren't. So, first of all, how do I want to do this? I don't know if I want to do it like a tassel. I guess, because this here would be nice in a tassel, right? Or I can tie it all off at the top. I'll do that. Okay. Cut this. Put this over here. I'll use that. And add my little soda bottle beads. Ooh, I should put little gold ones between them. Right? Let's see. Let's see. In a little bit, honey. None of those are gonna fit. Oh, I might have some round ones that'll fit. Like some little spacer beads. I don't have gold, but I do have silver. Or do I have more than one of these coppers? I'm going to use these copper ones. Okay. Put this spacer. Woo! Put this. Come on, you were just in there. Spacer. What is that? Oh, my little punch out from the, it looked like a bug. I was like, what the heck? And come on. Get through the hole. Oh, do I have pliers someplace? I do. My beading tools are so old. Like, they are just so old. When in doubt, cut something at an angle. I've started slowly whenever I go to Hobby Lobby, which right now, the last time I was at Hobby Lobby was on my birthday, which is New Year's Eve. And because I'm doing my 100 things, and even though I've cheated on it a little bit, I'm going to make up for it. But I'm going to put an eyeball. Let's find a purplish one. But when I go, I've been using my coupons to buy myself good pliers, like not in sets, just good pliers. And so far I've bought 2 there, which, you know, I can't really complain, because 2 is better than none. I should get a crimp. Oh, I don't think I have a big enough crimp bead for this. Ooh, let's look. And of course I have an eyeball that I found on the floor that I just forgot to put in there, of coursingly. Where are my crimp beads? I know I put them in here. Oh, they're all the way in the back. Hold on. Very sorry. Very sorry. I have to deal with all this time wasting. Alright, the crimp beads I have are very small, so we're going to get creative with this. Okay, we are going to tighten it with a jump ring. And I'm sorry if you're a beater and you're cringing at this. I am not a beater. So, you know, I'm just sorry. Oh, no, those little tubes aren't big enough. Okay. Let's go like this. Okay. And we will split this. These jump rings are from AliExpress, which I recommend not buying stuff from them, because unless you push it super tight like I'm about to do, they don't hold. So you have to make them look like ovals and crap in order to get them to do anything for you. So, look at that. I got it to stay. And then we can pretty it up a little bit here by just pulling those ends up into the other piece so they're not all hanging out like that. Okay, and all the way, and it's not going to come off. And all the way around, it just looks like a silver embellishment. Okay, so I have that. I want some thread for my for my coin. Okay. I don't even know how old this thread is. I mean, it doesn't break. I've had it probably since I first started getting into beads, which is a long stinking time. I was a kid. I was a kid when I first started. When I first got into beading. Alright. It's pretty. Hi. How'd you get pizza sauce near your eye?
Near my eye?
Yeah.
Where?
Right there. You just touched which finger?
Right there?
Right here.
Well, is it gone?
No.
Not gone?
The next time I get any wire, you know, like clear.
Can I go outside now since it's more cool down?
Yep.
We can
Stay on the
start.
porch though. Well, then stay over there. You know, hang a coin, and then we'll at the end I'll put my. Ooh, I'll do the little one right here, right? Because I got plans. I'll do this little one at the end. This wire, though, considering it does knot very nicely, but what I was saying is I'm going to get different weights fishing wire my next time, because I do like the weight, obviously, you know, the weights of the fishing wire better than the bead wire. Alright, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to cut this end off so it just looks like it's just dangling there. So, and then I'm going to take this, and because this purple is like floppy at the bottom, we are going to, we're going to take another jump ring. This one, it will be bigger because this is like some thick crap here that I'm going to have to go through twice. Twist this end up. This yarn is like cool. I got it at, you know, the thrift store, but it's not practical for anything except to look neat. It's practical for tassels, and that is it. That is really the only thing that I have found that I like to use it on, because everything else just looks weird. Just weird looking. Okay. Let's see. Let me check what's going on here. Somebody ordered some stuff from my Etsy. I'm really liking Etsy, but there's some things that confuse me, and there's some parts of it that I don't know how I feel. Like the Etsy app. You know, I'm able to do most of my listing through the app, but then I have to go into the browser to edit some stuff, which I don't like. I don't like having, you know, I want to be able to do it everywhere. And I don't like the way the shipping is in the app. How you have to use a shipping profile. It doesn't have any kind of calculating. That's only in the browser, which would be fine. I'd use the browser, but the browser, every time I try and upload pictures, it tells me that my pictures are too big. It's like, well, but the app doesn't. I'm sorry, this is probably driving you bead people totally out of your tree. I understand if you hate me now, but I make sacrifices where I have to, and I will be right back. I'm back, and I got my brain juice, and I found a bead on my floor. Surprise, surprise. Alright, I'm going to trim this. Sorry, that was insurance companies calling. You know how that goes. Insurance crap. It's always a blast. Okay, I like the this lace, but I think I'd like it to be a little bit thinner. So yeah, I have not been making videos. I'm very sorry about that. But I have children, and they have not been wanting to be quiet or play nice or pretty much anything that I ask of them. They don't want to do. Last few weeks has been like this. You know, a lot has changed with the pandemic, and I have a 6-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, and so they don't quite understand it. And you know, Lily does a good job. She does. She's pretty understanding to the fact that there's sickness and there's things we can't do, but it doesn't mean that she doesn't behave like, you know, she's still having a phase, I guess. Just phase. And I hope this phase ends soon. I'm not gonna say this is the most perfect thing I've ever made, but I kind of like it. It's kind of weird. So let's get a hook. Okay, I have these little rings, and I'm gonna put everything through a ring first. Ring. This is going to be a project. Okay, put it through a ring. Go like this. Grab some colored something. What do I have? Oh, of course, I have nothing around here, so I'll have to use clear. What I do is I take it and I wrap the ever-loving crapola out of it, right? And I just go around and around and around, and then I cut it, and then I take these two. Sorry, you can't see because the thread is clear. Tug it through. Did I get it? Nope. Come on. Come on, come on. Sorry, you're gonna watch me screw up all day. Just one of those screwy-uppy kind of days. Just not with it. I don't feel that good today. I don't know if it's the heat, I don't know, but it has me foggy. And we have company, which has me a little anxious. You know, so not that having company has me anxious, but you know, I like having people around, and it changes the pace for us here a little bit, and you know, the kids have fun. Oh, my wire fell out. What the heck? Well, I guess I won't use it unless I take it and tie it separate. Which is just as easy, right? But yeah, I haven't been making videos that much because although I get some wonderful comments about my kids in the background, which is so sweet, if I did more videos, you wouldn't even be able to hear me over the noise. It has just been loud here. Every time they're inside, you know, come bedtime, I am burnt. I am like fizzled right out, burnt out. I have all these plans for when the kids go to sleep and I get to sit down and chill out, and all I end up doing is just going on Pinterest and looking at Pinterest because my brain is just done. You know, so I go to Pinterest and I get some ideas, and then which is nice, you know, or I'll watch YouTube, I'll watch some videos or whatever I get a chance to do. And then I have these little clips. I don't know where I got these from, but I have been loving them lately. Okay, do this. Go down. And my glue should be dry here. And that thing is pretty well in place, so. Oh, of course. You know, my clip isn't gonna. Is it? Will it? Will it go? Will it go? Will it go? It ain't gonna go. Sorry, you have to see my hands. I put it too far down. Doesn't that figure? Let's find something else. What else do I have that I could use? Ooh, laser paper clip. How's that? Paperclip art is always fun, right? Alright, so take a paperclip through here. I want a small one. I don't want a giant monstrous. Sorry, my arm. This video is just a disaster, right? Like, I haven't made a video in so long, and here I am, disastering it up. Use a dark blue. Dark blue. I'm just going to go from the outside and find my hole here, stick that in, close it up, close this up, and it is attached. So I like book jewelry. I don't have a lot of it on my stuff because I like to have, I like book jewelry on books, but I don't usually put it on mine because I'd rather do it for something else. Thanks for hanging. Sorry about all the nightmare stuff, but it was a lot of fun hanging out with you, and I hope maybe you learned something. Even if it's what not to do, then you learned it. I love you all. Ta-ta for now.